So in today's session here, we are going to talk about a very important topic. Okay, so which is going to be important for your project perspective here. Okay, so we are supposed to talk about a very beautiful topic. Okay, and that topic which we are going to discuss today is something called as Java libraries here. Okay, so it's very important topic from today onwards. Okay, so majority of the things are completed for you all with respect to OOPS here. Okay, few here and there topics are left out. I know what are those topics and I'll try to do it here. Okay, but now we are all supposed to concentrate, okay, on a very important topic from today, that is Java libraries. Okay, what are Java libraries? So whenever we talk about Java libraries here, I mean to talk about predefined packages. Okay, Java libraries are nothing but predefined packages. It's a collection of predefined packages. Got the clarity? So we had so many predefined packages. So we are supposed to talk about those predefined packages here. So in simple terms here, Java libraries is a collection of, Java libraries is a collection of predefined packages, wherein each package is a collection of classes and interfaces. Do you all agree? Each package is a collection of classes and interfaces. If you have class and interface, where will you store it? Inside a folder. Okay, and a collection of folders are called as Java libraries. And in each package or folder, you will be storing variables and methods here. Variables and methods over here. So this is the hierarchy which we need to talk about. So in simple terms here, okay, see here, whenever I talk about Java libraries, okay, whenever I talk about Java libraries, it is a collection of predefined packages, okay, it is a collection of predefined packages, okay, and each package is a collection of classes and interfaces. In each package, you will have classes and interfaces. Clear? And in each class or interface, you will have variables and methods here. Okay, you will have variables and methods over here. So this is what we are supposed to understand over here. Clear? If you have variables and methods, you will store it within a class or an interface. And a class and interface is stored into a folder. And a collection of folders, okay, collection of packages are called as Java libraries. Got the clarity here? Okay. So what are Java libraries? Java libraries is a collection of predefined packages, and in each package is a collection of classes and interfaces, and each class or interface is a collection of variables and methods here. Got the clarity? So this is the easiest definition which you can all understand here. Okay. And all the predefined packages, it is present in a zip file. Okay, that is nothing but a compressed file, .zip file, and that zip file is called as src.zip. Okay, that is nothing but src.zip, or it might be present in a jar file as well. Okay, and that jar file is called as rt.jar. So that is nothing but a runtime.jar here. Okay, src stands for source.zip and rt stands for runtime.jar. So all the predefined packages, it might be present in a zip file called as src.zip, or it might be present in a jar file called as rt.jar here. Got it? So now let me talk about a few predefined packages here. Whenever you talk about Java libraries, it is a collection of predefined packages. Correct? So let us try to talk about a few predefined packages which we have, very important part. Okay, a few predefined packages. Okay, so this is one, this is second, and this is third. So what are the few predefined packages, sir? Okay, java.lang package is a very important package. Java.util is again very important, and java.io. Okay, so these are the most important packages which we have. With that, we also have, okay, a few important packages such as java dot, okay, awt, java dot sql, java dot net, java dot applet, okay, and java dot rmi, okay, and so on. We can have hell number of packages here, but the most important packages are java.lang, java.util, and java.io package. Package means folder, okay. Inside that folder, we have many classes and interfaces. So let me talk about a few classes here. Object is a class, okay. String is a predefined class, okay. Thread is a predefined class, and we also have a famous interface called as comparable. So I know I have written this within the stereotypes. We call it as a interface. Okay. And then in util package, what is one famous class present in util package? Scanner class, correct? Scanner is a famous class in util package. Then we have array list. Okay. Then we have hash set. Okay. Then we have what? Hash set. Okay. And many things here. We have one famous interface called as collection only. Collection is an interface which is present in java.util package. And IO package again. Okay. A few important parts under IO package are file class, file reader. Okay. And file writer, and so on. Okay, and so on. So we have many packages here, but we are supposed to talk about a few important things here. That's it. Okay, so this is all about the entire process here. So what are the most important packages we have? Java.lang, java.util, and java.io package. So these are the most important packages which we have with respect to Java here. Okay, so as I told you here, all these packages, all these are present in a zip file called as src.zip, or it is also present in a jar file called as rt.jar. Okay, so how do you open it? Okay, I will tell you here. Okay, open this PC, okay, my computers or this PC, whatever you have, right? Open it, double click on it, open it. So now over here, you have C drive, E drive, F drive, blah, blah, blah. So open C drive, okay? So you are supposed to open C drive over here. Once you do open C drive here, okay, once you open C drive over here, what are we supposed to do here? So we are supposed to open something called as program files, okay? I open program files. Under that, we have a folder called as Java. Okay. Open that folder called as Java, and we have something called as JDK. So open one JDK. Okay. And there is something called as SRC over here. Can you see here? So what did you do? This PC, then C drive, under C drive program files, under programs there is a folder called as Java, under Java there is JDK. Okay. Once you open this JDK here, there is something called as src.zip file. See, it's a zip file over here. So you have to tell right click over here, and if you just tell extract here or extract all, what will happen here? Once you just click on extract all here, there is a folder called as Java which will get created. Okay, this is I have already extracted. Okay, so I don't want to extract it again. You have to just right click on src, click on extract here. Once you click on it, this particular folder will get generated. Once you open it, can you see Java is a folder. Under Java folder, there are so many predefined packages here. So these are all called as Java libraries. Java libraries is a collection of predefined packages. Okay, and what are the most famous packages here? See, lang, util, io. So these are the most important packages, but we have many. See, applet, awt, beans, lang, math, net, nio, rmi. Okay, secure SQL text, and we have so many packages over here. Okay, so you can make use of anything. So once I open this java.util package, see, Java is a folder. Under Java folder, there's a util folder. Under util folder, it's a collection of classes and interfaces. See here, if I just search for S here, you'll get scanner class. See, once I double click on the scanner class, I'll get the source code of the scanner class here. This is the source code of the scanner class here. Got it. So this is what I was trying to tell here. What are Java libraries? Java libraries, okay, in simple English here, okay, see, what are Java libraries? Java libraries, it is a collection of predefined packages, okay. So many predefined packages we have. Put them together, we call it as predefined packages. Collection of predefined packages are nothing but Java libraries. And in each package, okay, each package is a collection of predefined classes and interfaces. Correct? No. So once you open this util folder, each package is a collection of predefined classes and interfaces. See, if you open one package, no, it's a collection of predefined classes and interfaces. And in each class, it is a collection of variables and methods. See, if you just open one class here, it's a collection of variables and methods here. So this is what I have showed you. I mean, I have written it within this, definition way. Got it? So these are all these packages, classes, interfaces. Where is it present? It's present in a jar file called as rt.jar, which is nothing but runtime.jar. Or it might be present in a zip file. And what is a zip file called as src.zip here? Got it. So, in interview they might ask, can you just write any six predefined package names? Lang package is important, util is important, IO is important. With that, a few more packages you should know. SQL, applet, AWT, net, RMI, all those things, you have to remember because libraries is it's all predefined. We have to know how to utilize it here. Libraries means it's already there. We have to understand how do we utilize it. So this is called as Java libraries here. Got it here? So if I go back to my definition part, I have told you in a beautiful way. See here. Simple English, guys. I know it's tricky because you're learning it for the very first time. Java libraries is a collection of predefined packages. Okay. And in each package is a collection of classes and interfaces. And each class or interface is a collection of variables and methods here. Got it? If there are variables and methods, you will store it inside a class or an interface. And if you have a class or an interface, you will store it into a folder package. And a collection of packages are called as Java libraries here. Got it? This is all about it. Where are those predefined classes and interfaces present? In a zip file, src.zip, in a jar file, rt.jar. Either of it will be there in your C drive, Java folder, JDK. So you have to just cross check here. Got it? And what are the most famous packages over here? java.lang, java.util, java.io. So these are the famous packages which we have in Java. Under that, famous classes are object, string, thread, and comparable interface. And we have many, but I've just written a few. Under util package, scanner, array list, hash set, collection, and so on. Under java.io, IO stands for input output file, file reader, file writer. They are all the predefined classes in java.io package here. So this is what we are supposed to understand this perspective here. Got it? Perfect. Now here we have some small part here. Okay, what is the small part, sir? We have one speciality about java.lang package here. Okay, we have some speciality about java.lang package. What is the speciality about java.lang package, sir? Java.lang package is automatically imported in all classes here. Okay, in all classes and interfaces, it is automatically imported. You don't have to explicitly import the java.lang package. It is automatically imported, in all classes and interfaces. For example, I will show it to you. I open JDK, I open the Eclipse here. Okay, let me create a new project. Okay, and that project name is Java project. I'll create a Java project, and that Java project name is, I will give it as Java libraries. Okay, what is the project name? Java libraries. Under that respective project here, I'll create a package. Under SRC, Control N, I will create a package and the package name is com. So project got created, package got created. Now again I'll create a class. Control N, I will create a class and the class name is demo here. Got it? So everyone, I hope you all got the clarity about, okay, what am I trying to do here? So this is a simple Java program. So when I tell package com, what do you mean? There is a folder by the name called as com. Where am I storing this demo.java file? I am storing this demo.java file inside a folder called as com, which I created it. Correct. So package com means I have created a folder called as com. But java.lang, java.util, java.io, these are all predefined. I have not created. Already it is existing. But I have to know how to utilize it. And public is the access specifier, wherein if the class is public, public means it has the permission to access everywhere. If any member is public, it means I can access it everywhere without any problems here. Got it? And what is a class? Class is a blueprint of an object. It's a platform to store the states and behaviors of an object here. Got it? And then what is the class name? The class name is demo. Now here I will create an object of scanner. Scanner s equals to new scanner of. I create an object of scanner and I have to pass system.in order to accept the input. Correct? I have created an object of scanner and here, I have passed system.in. Why is it giving an error? It's giving an error because this scanner class is present in one package that is called as util package, and util is present in Java folder. So you have to tell import the scanner class. I have to tell import scanner. But from where will I import scanner here? So I have to import the scanner class from java.util package. So I have to tell I am creating an object of scanner and that scanner class is present in util package and util is present in Java package. So you please import all the methods, variables, whatever is there from the scanner class. See, open this PC, open this PC. Okay, once you open this PC over here, you have C drive. Okay, open C drive. Under C drive, where is all, which is the folder where all your softwares will be installed? Program files here. C drive, program files. Under the program file, which is the software you're working around with, Java. Okay, open Java folder. Under Java folder, I have a couple of JDKs, but you open only one JDK. Open that JDK. We have this src.zip, right? Right click on it and tell extract here. Once you tell extract here, this Java folder will get created. See, Java is a package. Java is a folder. It's a package. Once I open, inside Java folder, we have util folder. Inside util folder, we have a class called as scanner. See, scanner.java. So, scanner is a predefined class in util folder. Util is present in Java folder. So, I have to import it explicitly. So I have to tell I have created an object of scanner. So please import the scanner class from util. Util is present in Java. So we are importing that package. Clear? But similarly, I will create an object of thread. Okay, thread is a predefined class. See, thread t equals to new thread of. I create an object of thread class. But now it's not get all giving me an error. Why? If I just hover on it, thread is a predefined class present in java.lang package. But I'm not at all telling import java.lang.thread. Why? Because java.lang package is automatically imported in all classes and interfaces. You need not explicitly import it. Okay. Similarly, if I create an object of array list, we have a class called as array list, which you will come across in collection. See, array list L equals to new array list of. Array list is a class and I am creating an object of array list here. Why is it giving an error? If I just hover on it, it is telling array list is present in java.util package. So if there is any class present in util package, we have to explicitly import array list here. I tell import array list. But where is this array list present? Array list is present in util folder. And where is this util present? Util is present in Java here. So I am creating an object of array list and that array list class is present in util folder, util is present in Java folder. So thread was present in lang, but I'm not at all importing it at all. But array list I had to import. See, again I'll create an object of object class only. Object O equals to new object of. Object is a predefined class. I am creating an instance of an object class only. But again, if I just hover on it, object is a predefined class present in java.lang package. But I'm not importing it. Why? Because java.lang package is automatically imported in all classes and interfaces. Got the clarity? So this is the speciality about java.lang package. Got it? What is the speciality about java.lang package? This package is imported implicitly, automatically in all classes and interfaces. You need not have to explicitly import it. But scanner class, you have to import it from util. File class, you have to import it from IO package. So only lang package is implicitly imported. Other classes you need to explicitly import it. Clear? Similarly, we have one speciality about, okay, object class as well. We have one speciality about object class as well. Sir, what is that speciality, sir? Okay, I will tell you. This object class, okay, it's a predefined class in which package? Simple. It's a predefined class in java.lang package. Okay, object is already an existing class. In which package? Java.lang package. But we call this object class as the supermost class in Java. Okay, which is the supermost class in Java? The object class. Why do I call the object as the supermost class in Java? The reason is I will create a class called as car. I will create a class called as car. Okay, this is a valid class here, valid Java program. But now, any class you write in Java, it might either be predefined class or it might either be user defined class. It doesn't matter. Any type of class in Java here will mandatorily inherit the object class implicitly. Extends object. Every class in Java here, it is implicitly inheriting the object class implicitly. It is implicitly inheriting object class. Got the clarity? Okay. Every class, it might either be user defined or predefined. It will, all the classes in Java will implicitly inherit the object class. Therefore, we call object as the supermost class in Java here. Got it here? So now I can prove it to you as well. Okay, I can prove it to you as well. How can I prove it to you? Okay, I will tell you. See here, just if I just scroll it here, so here, okay, see what is object class? It's a predefined class in which package? Java.lang package. And we refer object as the supermost class. Why? Because every class in Java will mandatorily, you like it, you don't like it, okay? Every class in Java will have the parent class as object. Okay, so I can show it to you practically as well. See here. Now I will create one class. Control N. I will create a class called as car. Okay. Now here I will have my main method. Okay, I will have my main method. So now here, what is upcasting? See, creating an object of subclass and storing its address into a reference which is of type superclass here. Is it giving any error over here? No. So that means this car class is implicitly inheriting the object class. Correct. That's the reason I was able to achieve upcasting over here. Can I just store it into demo here? See demo D here. I have a class called as demo, no? But I'm just creating an object of car class and storing it into a reference D which is of type demo. Is it possible? No. Why? Because for upcasting, easy relationship is mandatory. Got it? So that's the reason I told for understanding Java libraries here, I would be relating each and everything with respect to oops. See, here what did I do? I spoke about only predefined packages, correct? So if you know packages concept, you will know this. If you know how do we create an object, you will understand this. Again, I spoke about inheritance. See, Every class in Java will implicitly inherit the object class. That's the reason I am able to achieve upcasting over here. See, it's telling class object is the root class in the class hierarchy. So it's telling it is a superclass. Every class has object as the superclass. Meaning, in simple terms, what did you understand? It might be predefined class or user defined class. The supermost class in Java is called as object here. Got it? So this is all about the few things which we are supposed to understand. See, I write it as upcasting. Got it? This is upcasting. Clear? Now, okay, now we are done with it. So now if object is a class, it should have certain methods, no? Okay, it definitely has certain methods in the object class. So all those methods are inherited into the object class here. I mean, from the object class, all those methods are inherited into all classes here. So what are the most important methods here? Okay, we have a method called as clone. See, what are the access specifiers? Public, protected, public. So there are only two types of access specifiers involved over here. That is public and protected. And we know what is the meaning of public and protected. Okay. And we have a method called as clone equals hash code to string. Okay. Weight, weight of long, long and int parameter. Okay. Then we have two more methods. What is this? Notify all, get class and finalize method. So you don't have a choice here. You have to mandatorily remember all those 11 methods here. Clear? So you don't have a choice, guys. You have to keep in mind here. Okay? But these three are the most important methods which we are going to discuss here. What is it? Equals method, hash code method, toString method. So these three methods we are going to discuss. With that, the other methods also you need to remember. What are those? Wait, weight of long and int. Totally six methods you're done. Notify all. 8 methods. Then get class, finalize, and clone method. Okay, this is all about the entire process. I can prove it to you as well. See here, car is a subclass of object class. Do you all agree? Car is a subclass of object class. Correct? Yes, sir. Every class in Java here will have object as the superclass. Correct? Now, when I create an object of car, okay, when I create an object of car, see here, when I tell C dot, can you see here? So many methods I can access. From where these methods are inherited? From the object class. See? Clone method equals finalize get class hash code notify all toString wait weight of long and int. So all those methods are inherited from the object class. If you could see this yellow dot here, it means it's protected. This yellow dot is an indication that it's protected. Green dot is an indication it is public. Okay, clone is the method name, and what is the return type? Object, void, int, void, string. These are the respective return types. Got it? So if it was not inheriting, when I tell control spacebar, all these methods wouldn't have popped up at all. Correct. So that's the reason here we are always supposed to understand this respective data here. Okay. So this is all about the entire data here. Okay. So this is how it works here. Got it here. Okay. Done. So there is one question here. How object class becomes a superclass? Okay, this is one. And also, why do we need such a feature? Okay, clear. So this is implicitly built. Okay, Java libraries is like I mean, it's predefined. We are just supposed to understand how is it working like. Okay, and what is the necessity of it here? You will understand later. Okay, as the session goes on here, because Java libraries are required 2-3 sessions. So you will understand why do we require this feature here? Why does it inherit it? Okay, because a few common properties should be shared with everyone. So all the predefined classes and user defined classes, right? Okay, they should have certain common features in them. Okay, so that's the reason here object will give the common features to everyone, because every class will inherit object class. No, so a few features has to be given to equally to everyone. So it is giving over here. Got it? But how? I will show it to you practically. Okay, so this is all about Java libraries here. But now we need to talk about the functionalities about a few methods here. So firstly, we will talk about something called as toString method. Okay, we will talk about something called as toString method. Okay, but now what is toString method? Everything I'm just going to help you out in this entire process here. So concentrate here. Okay, now guys, I will create a class, control N, okay, and I will create a class, and the class name, I will take the class name as person. Okay, I'll take the class name as person. I hope everyone got the clarity. What is this doing? Package com means there is a folder called as com, and the class name is person. So the file name will be person.java, and that is present inside the com folder. And then class is a blueprint of an object, and public is the access specifier so that everyone can access it. Now here I will have one main method. Main method is wherein the execution will always begin from. Correct? Now here I will create an object of a person here. Okay, I'll create an object of person. Person P equals to new person of. Okay, I have created an object of person here. Okay, now here when I try to print the object reference variable, when I try to print the object reference variable here, what will be the output, guys? Have you ever tried it? See, I just create an object of person here and I'm just printing the object reference here. What will be the output here? Any idea? All these days we made use of this object name in order to access the variables and methods. P.age, P.name, P.eat method, sleep method, blah blah blah. When I try to print this here, perfect. So now I will get some address here. When I execute it over here, okay. So look at the output what I get over here. I will get some kind of address over here. See, I got some kind of address over here. So what is that here? I will tell you here. Okay. When we try to print, I repeat, when we try to print the object reference here, implicitly, okay, implicitly it calls a method. Okay, and that method is called as toString method. Okay, I repeat the process here. When you try to print an object reference here, implicitly it calls a method. And what is that method name called as toString method? And the toString method will give the string representation of an object here. What will it give here? It will give the string representation of an object here. So then the syntax for the string representation of an object is com.person, okay, is the fully qualified class name. Sir, what is this fully qualified class name, sir? The class name is person, but the fully qualified class name means I have to consider it from the package name. So com is the folder, package, and the person is the class name. So com.person is nothing but I am considering it from the package name. So that is the fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value of the object here. Got it? So this is the syntax of, okay, the toString method. So I can call the toString method explicitly also. Why? This toString method is present in the object class, sir. And this object class, I mean, person is inheriting the object class. So all the methods from the object class will get inherited into person class. So I can explicitly call it also. See, sys out, I'll tell p dot toString method. So here I am explicitly calling the toString method. What am I doing here? I am explicitly calling toString method, but it doesn't matter. I will get the same output. See, both are same. Okay, both are same. When you try to print the object reference, it implicitly calls toString method only, and you can also call it explicitly also. But ultimately, I'll get the same output here. Got it here. So now I'll tell you what is fully qualified class name. Imagine, okay, Java is a folder. Under Java folder, we have util folder. Under util folder, we have a class called a scanner. Correct? So now guys, Java is a folder. Under Java folder, we have a folder called as util. Under util folder, we have a class called as scanner dot, not scammer, it's scanner dot java. Okay. So what is the class name? The class name is scanner. But what is the fully qualified class name? I have to consider from the package name. So it is java.util.scanner. The class name is only scanner. Okay. But the fully qualified class name is java.util.scanner. I have to consider it from the package name. So that is called as scanner class. See, what is toString method doing over here? Okay, the toString method will always give the fully, see, toString method returns the string representation of the object here. Okay, it will, whenever we call the toString method, he will give the string representation of an object. It's telling toString. The object is converting, I mean, is getting converted to string. Okay. So now what is the syntax of toString? Fully qualified class name, meaning I have to consider the class name from the package level at the rate some hexadecimal value of the hash code, some hexadecimal value of the hash code here. Got it? So this is how it is supposed to work like. Okay, see here, I create an object of person. When I try to print the object reference here, or when I try to call the toString method explicitly, I will always get the fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. Clear? Now, I will create a package here, okay, and the package name is org. Under that org, I will create the same class called as person here. I will create the same class called as person over here. Okay. So now in that person class, what I'll do here? See here, guys. Now I will have my main method wherein the execution will begin from. Okay. Execution will begin from the main method. I will just create an object of person. See, person P equals to new person of. I just create an object of person. Now when I try to print the object reference here, quickly tell me what will be the output. Okay, what will be the output? Now don't tell it as address, you have to tell it as fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. That is nothing but when I try to print the object reference, the toString method will get called internally and the toString method will give the string representation of an object. So when I try to print P, no, you would all assume it's object address only, but you're right. But it's not giving you the exact object address, but it's giving me the string representation of the object here. Got it? So I will get it as org.person fully qualified class name at the rate some hexadecimal value. Okay, some hexadecimal value. Okay. Now here, okay, you might take this as address only. This is the address of that specific object here. Okay. Now here, which method is responsible for giving me this? So I'm getting this right. Fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. I'm getting the string representation. Which method is responsible for doing it? ToString method, sir. When we try to print any object reference, ToString method will get called. Now here, where is this ToString method present? Where is this ToString method present? I want answers. It's good. You're all responding here. Very, very good. I appreciate it. Okay. Now, where is this ToString method present? Sir, I just discussed it now. Okay. ToString method, okay, is present in object class. Okay, it's a method. So method directly cannot be there inside a folder. Okay. ToString method is a method that is present in the object class. And the object class is present in the java.ilang package here. Got it? So these are the 11 methods. These 11 methods are present in the object class and the object class is present in java.lang package. Got the clarity here? Understood? Perfect. So now here, do you think, okay, do you all think, is this person class inheriting the object class? Yes or no? Is the person class having the object as superclass? Yes or no? Okay, you like it, you don't like it. This person class is implicitly inheriting the object class. Why? Sir, object is the supermost class, sir. Every class will mandatorily inherit the object class. Okay. But now, since person is inheriting the object class, do you think so? Okay, all those 11 methods from the object class are inherited into person. Correct? When person extends object, it means all those 11 methods are inherited into person. Correct? But now tell me, what is method overriding? Overriding, heard of it somewhere long back we did. What is overriding? The process of inheriting the method, okay, and changing the implementation of that method. Correct? No, we are inheriting the method, and after that we are changing the implementation of that method. Okay, so what is the syntax of two-string method? See, the syntax of two-string method is public is the access specifier, string is the return type, and two-string method is the method name. Got it? So for overriding the method, the access specifier should be same or should be of higher visibility, return type should be same, and the method name should also be same here. Open parenthesis close and open curly braces close. Guys, Java libraries is a tricky concept if you do not know OOPS. If you know OOPS, Java libraries will be a cakewalk. I know you would have got the complexity level in today's session only. If you know OOPS in a strong way, today's session, tomorrow's session, and the next few sessions here, you will understand it in an easy way. If you don't understand OOPS, no, this all will go over your head only. I'm telling you now itself. Am I talking about any new concept? No, I am talking about the concepts which we have discussed earlier. But if you are not strong, if you have not practiced it, then it's going to be difficult for you. I'm talking about inheritance and overriding. We have already done it, correct? So you just need to have common sense over here. Okay. So now person is inheriting the object class. Sir, I digested this, sir. Okay, person is inheriting object. So when person inherits object, this toString equals a hash code, wait, blah, 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 blah. All those methods are inherited, sir. But I need to override, sir. For overriding, public access specifier should be same or of higher visibility. Return type should be same. Method name should be same. Okay, and the argument should also be same. Now this is an overridden method. So optionally I can tell annotation override. Optionally I can tell annotation override. Okay. But now tell me, why is the method giving an error? Why is the method giving an error? Can you tell me? If you tell me, probably you're okay. I mean, up to some extent you can easily understand Java. Why is it giving an error here? It's simple. You might think there is something complicated here, but trust me, it's very simple. Why is it giving an error? Can you tell me? Hey, it's simple, appa. Public access specifier, string return type, toString is the method name. Ashte, but why is it giving an error over here? Think and tell me. Sir, common sense, sir. Okay. String is the return type. So it means the method has to return some string value. But here I'm not at all returning anything. No. So it should be void. Correct. If I don't return anything. But here the return type is string. So I have to return some string value. So I will tell return hi dinga. I'll just write it as hi dinga. Okay, done. Semicolon. So now is it a valid program here? See, public is the access specifier because this toString method can be accessed by everyone anywhere. String is the return type because the toString method is used to give the string representation of an object. So the return type is string. Return hi dinga. Return hi dinga meaning hi dinga is a set of characters. It's a string. So the method is returning a string value. Therefore, the return type is string. Now here, when I try to print this, okay, when I try to execute it, look at the output. What am I getting? I'm getting the output as hi dinga. Why? Sir, when I created an object of person and I am printing the object reference. Whenever we print the object reference, I repeat, whenever we print the object reference, it implicitly calls with method. It will implicitly calls toString method. Correct. When I try to print the object reference, it implicitly calls toString method and this toString method gets called. And what is it returning? Returning hi dinga. So the value hi dinga is returned over here and therefore hi dinga will be printed. Got it. I can call it explicitly also. See, sysout p dot toString, meaning p is the object. The object's string representation is nothing but toString. Okay. So here explicitly calls toString. But ultimately I will get the same output only. Why? One is calling implicitly, one is calling explicitly. Since the method has been overridden, I will always get the overridden implementation only. I have told you already, right? Once a method has been overridden, I will always get the overridden implementation only. So now if I do not override the method, so when I execute it here, the default implementation will get executed. See, if I try to print the object reference, either implicitly or explicitly, I am calling the toString method. I have overridden the toString. No, I have not overridden. So always the default implementation will get executed, right? And what is the default implementation given? Fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. I am getting the default implementation of toString method. But I don't want this default implementation. I want my own content to be given. What will I do? Override the toString. While overriding, access specifier is public, string is the return type, toString is the method name. It does not accept any arguments. And what is the implementation? It has to return some string data. String, I'll let it as hi dinga. Okay, now I don't want dinga. I give hi guldu. Okay, it's a string. Doesn't matter. Okay, is it an overridden method? Absolutely. Why? ToString is not explicitly defined in person. It was inherited from object and we are overriding that method. So we can write annotation override. Now when I execute it, okay, I got it as hi guldu. So what did you understand over here, sir? ToString means string representation. Okay, it is giving me the string representation of an object. If you have not overridden it, okay, the default implementation will get executed. If you have overridden it, whatever value you have returned, that will be the output. Got the clarity here? Everyone understood? So just compare the first and the second example. Okay, one we have overridden the toString, another one we have not overridden the toString. So if I execute program number one, which is on my LHS, I will get the fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. Why? Because we have not overridden toString. When I execute the program on my RHS, since I have overridden the toString, I will get the overridden content here. Got it? Everyone understood this? Okay. Just observe the program. Okay. Just observe the program. Clear? So now tell me, don't tell me what is the use and all. I'm not going to tell you now itself. Just tell me, have you all understood any confusions as of now? There is a lot of things you need to understand, guys. But as of now, just tell me, whatever I thought, do you have any confusions? Got it, no? So you understood the complexity level over here, okay? If your oops is clear, if you know inheritance properly, if you know overriding properly, if you know upcasting properly, probably this topic you would understand easily, correct? I have not thought anything new. I have thought only the things which we have, completed earlier. Got it? So now, if you have not taken it seriously and you're not preparing here, trust me, tomorrow, day after tomorrow session, you will never understand. Okay, clear. We did toString, but we have not yet completed with the session. Okay, we need to understand something. Okay, now I will explain one more program and I want the output from you all. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So I'll create a new template. Okay. So now I want the answers from everyone here. Okay. So closely observe, guys. One program more than sufficient. Okay. So please do, make sure you all will concentrate now for one program. Okay, not more. Only one you concentrate. That's more than sufficient for me. Okay. So closely observe. I create a class and the class name is student. Okay. Open curly braces and close curly braces. Got the clarity here? Open curly braces and close. So now every student will have a variable called as name. Correct? String is the data type and name is the variable name. Okay? And have we spoken about constructors earlier? What is the job of a constructor? To initialize it, right? So the class name is student. So the constructor name will also be student here. Okay, open parenthesis close, open curly braces close. Okay, I'm done with this data here. Okay, now if I want to initialize the student here, okay, student's name, the constructor will accept the name. Okay, constructor will accept the name. Since member variable and local variable names are same, I have to write it as this dot name equals to name over here. This dot name equals to name over here. That's it. So don't you think so? We have already done this topic. You know why am I revising here? Okay. The reason is human tendency. You will forget it. Correct. That's the reason I'm taking the pain of explaining it again. Okay. So at least now concentrate. Okay. So now here I will create an object of student. See, class name. Okay. Object name is S1 equals to new student of. Okay. So now here, will it get executed? No, compiler will slap me. Okay, why? So it'll tell, hey, constructor is accepting one string argument. What are you passing here? You are not passing anything. So the compiler will slap me nicely. Okay. So I will tell you, don't slap, don't slap. Okay, I'll pass the string data. Okay, I pass some string data. Now what is happening internally? Sir, when I tell new, one object is getting created, sir. When I tell new, one object is getting created. Okay. And that object address is 111. And who is pointing to that object? S1. Okay. I have created an object of student, but the student class is implicitly inheriting the object class. Correct. The student class is implicitly inheriting the object class. Therefore, all the object class properties are loaded. All the object class methods, variables are all loaded within the object. And then the student class variable name. Okay, this non-static variable name will get stored to the default value null. Why? Because the variable is just declared and we have not initialized to any value. So the default value is null over here. Got it? Done. And then simultaneously, what is happening? The constructor is also getting executed. The constructor Tom goes here. Tom, 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 Tom. It goes here. What is the name here? The name is Tom over here. This Tom name is nothing but Tom. The Tom is getting stored into a variable name of the current object. Which is the current object? S1. In S1, the name is getting stored to Tom here. Got it? Perfect. Similarly, can I create one more object? Sir, you create any number of objects, sir. Student S2 equals to new student of. Okay, I am creating an object of student. Should I pass the name? Yes, we have to pass it. I will write it as Jerry. Okay, I'll pass it as Jerry. Now what is happening, sir? New meaning an object is getting created internally. Okay, so what is the object address? 11 is already taken. 222. And who is pointing to that object? S2 is pointing to that object. So I am creating an object of student class. But the student class is implicitly inheriting the object class. So I have to store the object class properties first. All the methods and variables of the object class are stored within the object student. And I have to store the explicit property of student, that is name. The name will get initialized to the default value null. Why? Because we have just declared, not initialized. And simultaneously, the constructor will also get executed. So Jerry, 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 it goes here. It goes to the constructor. What is the name here? The name is Jerry. And what is the name here? It is Jerry. And this Jerry is getting stored into a variable name of the current object. This means current object. So S2 is the current object. In S2, the name will get initialized to Jerry over here. Did you all understand what is happening over here? So I am just initializing it with the help of a constructor. Clear? Now I go back to my program. Okay, I go back to my program. I will create a class called as student. Okay, I hope you all got the clarity, right? So now we have created a class called as student. Okay, simple. A class called as student. It will have a variable called as name, and we are initializing that name with the help of a constructor. Okay, so the class name, string name. And since the local variable and member variable names are same, this dot name equals to name here. Now we are done with this entire process, no? And we have done this several times in our when we did constructors topic, right? So I will create an object of student. Student s1 equals to new student of, and I give the name of the student, and the name of the student is Tom. Okay, and here I'll give it as student s2 equals to new student of, and here I'll give the student name as Jerry here. Apply common sense and tell me what will be the output when I try to print S1 and S2 here. Okay, so now tell me what will be the output of this entire program here. Think and tell me here what will be the output. Okay, what will be the output, guys? Think and tell me, no problem. If you're wrong also, it's fine. Okay, I just want the output. What will be the output? Oh, tell something, no? Okay, so when I execute the program, okay, when I execute the program, I am getting some address. Okay, why, sir? I will tell you. See, guys, understand carefully. Okay, if you're sleeping, slap yourself and wake up. Okay, there is a class called as student. There is a variable called as name. Okay, and here I am initializing that name with the help of a constructor. That's it. This everyone understood, I believe. Student class, there is a variable name, and I'm initializing the name with the help of a constructor. When I create multiple objects, I am trying to store multiple student details. Okay. Now here, I am printing the object reference variable. I am printing the object reference variable. When we print the object reference variable here, what will happen here? Sir, implicitly it calls, okay, implicitly it calls which method? ToString method. Correct? I am printing the object reference. Appa. What will happen internally? ToString method will get called. No. Have I overridden the ToString method? No, sir. I have not overridden the ToString method, sir. Therefore, the default implementation of the ToString method will get executed, wherein it will give the fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value of the object. See? org.student is the fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value of that respective hash code here. Got it? So two objects, two different hexadecimal values, two different object addresses I got, two student representations I got. But now I want to print the object reference only. I want to print the object reference only. But I want the actual content. I want the name to be printed. So what am I supposed to do? See, s1 dot toString, and if I also tell s2 dot toString. See what is happening over here. When I try to print the object reference, implicitly it calls toString only. If not, I can also call it explicitly as well. When I execute it, I will get the output as fully qualified class name at that hexadecimal value, meaning I'm getting the string representation. Why? Because toString method will return the string representation. I'm getting the string representation. I do not want the string representation. Rather, I want the content, the names to be printed. So you will tell, sir, option number one, sir, you tell s1 dot name and s2 dot name. Okay, you're just telling me this here. 101% I will get the output here. Okay, see, did we get the output here? Tom, Jerry, yes. But I don't want to use this dot operator at all. I don't want to use this dot operator at all. I want to print the object references, but still I want to get the output as Tom and Jerry. What am I supposed to do? Sir, you have to override the toString method. Okay, we have to override the toString method. Why? Sir, the toString method is responsible for giving me the string representation now, sir. So you override it in such a way, it will give me the content. So what am I supposed to do? How do we override it? Public is the access specifier, string is the return type, toString is the method name, open parenthesis close, and open curly braces close. Okay, this is the declaration of toString method. Is it an overridden method? Yes, annotation override. Got it? And what am I supposed to do here? I have to tell return. Okay, return. I will tell this dot name or else. Okay, I'll write return this dot name. So now when I execute the program here, look, am I getting the output as Tom and Jerry? Tom and Jerry here. Sir, how, sir? How did we get the output now, sir? See, now when I try to print the object reference here, it will call the toString method, correct? Since the toString method is now overridden here, always the overridden implementation only will get executed. So S1 is getting printed. I am printing S1, meaning I am printing the object reference of student1. It will call the toString method and I am telling return, meaning it is returning something. This dot name meaning which is the object calling S1. So the current object's name will be printed. So S1 when it gets printed, it's printing S1 dot Tom, S1 dot name, that is nothing but Tom here. Got it? You can also tell it as name also, only name. It will work fine. Why? Because there is no local variable and member variable used here. Okay, so it will always point to the member variable only. Got it? So this is what we are supposed to understand here. Got it? So if you want to do it in a beautiful way, you can concat the name. Name colon. That way you can just concat. So whatever is in double quotes will get printed as it is, plus name will get concatenated. So now here, see, name Tom Jerry, name Tom Jerry here. I got the expected output here. Got it? So this is how, we are supposed to do it in the beautiful manner here. This is the implementation of toString method here. Got it here? But now, how does it work, sir? I will do it for one more example now. Okay. Now you have to tell me the answer. Okay. If you don't tell now, I'm going to kill you seriously now. Okay. Up to some extent you understood now. Okay. Now one more program you should be able to clearly understand. Okay. So concentrate. Simple. So now here I will create a class called as employee. Okay. This employee will have two variables. Okay. That is int id, and he will also have string name here. This employee will have how many properties? Two properties, int id and string name. It has two properties over here. Okay, now I want to initialize it with the help of a constructor. So class name, constructor name same, open parenthesis close and open curly braces close here. So the constructor should also accept the id and he should also accept the name here. Okay. So now what am I supposed to do? This dot id equals to id. This is the job of constructor initialization, and this dot name equals to name here. I am initializing it. Now, if I have not overridden the toString here, I will always get the fully qualified class name, correct? The string representation. Now I will override it also. How will I override it? Okay, sir, simple, sir. Public is the access specifier, string is the return type, toString is the method name. Okay, so here, since this is an overridden method, you can write it as annotation override. Okay, since the return type is string, you have to return something. So return, I will tell id plus give a space plus name here. So since I'm concatenating plus here with a string, it behaves as a string only. So I'm returning it. Now here, okay, so now here, I'll just write it as, okay, you can also tell it as this dot id also over here. You can tell this dot id also, or you can also tell this dot name also. It doesn't matter. You will always get the output here. Okay, but I'll explain what is happening over here. See, you will have your main method. Closely observe, guys. Okay, one program is sufficient for you all. Okay, you'll all understand. I'll create an object of employee. Employee E1 equals to new employee of, okay, and then you are passing the id is 10 and the name of the person is A. Okay, name of the employee is A. So now internally what is happening? New means one object is getting created with the address 111 and E1 is pointing to that object. So when I create an object of employee, or since it is having the superclass as object, all the object class properties will get loaded. After that, okay, id and name will get initialized to the default value. Id is 0 and the name is null here. Why? The default values. Okay, this got loaded and constructor will get executed during object creation. And this toString method also will get loaded because it's a non-static method. So toString method also will get loaded here. Got it? So now simultaneously what is happening? Constructor is also getting executed wherein the id is 10, name is A. ID is 10, that ID 10 is getting stored into variable ID of the current object. The current object is E1. In E1, the ID will get initialized to 10. And the name is A, that A is getting stored into variable name of the current object, which is the current object here, E1. In E1, the name will get initialized to A here. Got it? Similarly, I'll create one more object. Employee E2 equals to new employee of, I am passing the ID as 20 and the name as B here. So now what is happening internally? New means one object is getting created. Okay, now the object address is 222 and the object reference is E2. So since I have created an object of employee, all the object class properties will get loaded first. After that, the non-static properties, that is ID will get initialized to 0 and the name will get initialized to null here. Okay, and then the toString method also. Okay, the toString method also will get loaded here, and simultaneously the constructor will also get executed. ID is 20, name is B. 20, ID is nothing but 20. The 20 is getting stored into variable ID of the current object, which is the current object E2. In E2, the ID will get initialized to 20 and the name is B. B will get stored into a variable name of the current object, which is the current object E2. In E2, the name will get initialized to B here. Got it? So now, when I try to print the object reference SOPE1, okay, so now I am printing the object reference, okay. So when I try to print the object reference, is the toString method overridden? Yes. So it is returning ID, that is nothing but this dot ID. So E1 is calling the toString method now. So it is printing the ID. So since I am printing E1, it will print the ID of E1 object, that is 10 space, and what is the name here? And the name is A here. So A will get printed. Because I'm printing E1, it will implicitly call toString, and this is returning this dot ID, this dot name. This meaning the current object is E1, no? So E1's ID, E1's name will be printed. 10 and A will be printed. Similarly, if I tell SOP E2, with object reference I'm printing E2. So when I try to print the object reference, toString method will get called here. I am telling return ID and name here. So since E2 is printing, I will print the ID and name of E2. That is 20 and B will get printed. Or else you can tell this dot ID, this dot name. This means E2 is the object getting printed. So this means E2. E2's ID, E2's name will be printed here. So that way, if we have not overridden the toString, always the default implementation will get executed. If you have overridden the toString, always the overridden implementation will get executed. As simple as that. But whatever content you pass in the toString, that is what is important, which you're supposed to be smart at to decide here. Got it? Now, if I go back to my, student class over here, okay, student class over here, very good. You're all answering over here, very, very good here. So now you have to tell me the, answers over here. Control N. I will create a class called as employee. Okay. Now here, employee will have two properties: int ID, okay, string name here, okay, and I have to initialize it with the help of a constructor over here, okay. So this is all about, okay, the data here. See, I got the object. Oh my god, it's protected. No, see, automatically I can generate the constructor as well. Okay, this shortcut key I have told you already. Okay, so class employee, we have two variables and we are initializing those two variables with the help of an object here. Okay, so now here I will have my main method wherein the execution will always begin from. Okay, execution will always begin from the main method. I'll try to have the curly braces on the same line because that's the standard we follow in the industry. Okay, so now here employee E1 equals to new employee. ID is 101 and here, I'll just give it as, okay, Ambani. Okay, I'll just give the name of the employee as Ambani here. Okay, so here I'm done with this. Okay, and here employee E2 equals to new employee 102 and I'll give the name as Tata here. Okay, and here I'll have employee, okay, E3 equals to new employee of, okay, 103, and you can have any name here. Okay, I'll just write it as Tim Cook. Okay, so done. Okay, done. So I have created three employees with their respective ID and name. Okay, so those ID and name, ID and name, ID and name will get stored into the respective objects here. Clear? Now here, okay, please don't screw up my expectations. Okay, when I try to print E1, when I try to print E2, when I try to print E3, what will be the output, guys? Please, okay, don't screw up my expectation. Okay, I don't want wrong answers. Please. Yeah, tell me what will be the output. Okay. So everyone are telling, sir, I will get some kind of address. Okay. Correct. So when I execute it over here, okay, don't tell it as address here. It's a good standard again. You can tell it as address. Just tell it as string representation, sir. Okay. Just tell it as what? String representation. Got it? Don't tell it as address. Okay. It's good. Initially, you have to learn. You're used to that word address. Just tell it as string representation. Why? Because when you print the object representation, I mean, see, when you print the object reference here, this is E1, E2, E3. These are all the object references variable, correct? When I try to print the object reference variable, it will implicitly call the toString method, okay? And the toString method will give the string representation. Since we have not overridden it, always the default implementation only will get executed. That is nothing but fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. What is it? It's the string representation of that respective objects here. But now I don't want the string representation, appa. I want the content. How will I get the content? Simple. Override the toString. How will I override? Public is the access specifier. String is the return type. ToString is the method name. Okay. Open parenthesis close. Open curly braces close. Is it an overridden method? Yes. Annotation override. Now here, when I tell return, okay, return, I will just tell ID plus give a space plus name. So what will be the output here? See, since I have overridden the toString method, when I try to print the object references over here, it will call the toString method. Since I have overridden the toString method, I am printing their respective ID and name here. If E1 is getting called, the ID of employee 1 will get printed. Okay. E2 means ID and name of employee 2. E3 means ID and name of employee 3. So when I executed, did we get the expected output? See, 101 Ambani, 102 Tata, 103 Cook here. That way we got it. If you want to do it in a beautiful way in a sentence, you can do it here. See, I'll write employee ID of, okay, plus name plus employee ID of name is plus ID here. See, now here when I execute it over here, see, did I get the output in a beautiful way? Employee ID of Ambani is 101. Employee ID of Tata is 102. Employee ID of Cook is 103. So that way, when I try to print the object reference here, I will always get the string representation. That is toString method will get called. But if I do not want the string representation and I want something else, meaning I don't want the address, whatever you told, the hexadecimal value, I don't want it. I want something else. I want the actual content to be printed. Therefore, please override the method and you will get the actual content here. Okay. So you can call it explicitly also. How? E1 dot toString. I'll get the same output here. Will I get different output? No. So you can either call it explicitly or whenever you print it E1, it will call it implicitly. So this is all about the toString method here. Okay. I hope you all got the clarity about what is happening over here, right? So this is all about the beautiful part, guys. Okay, how you are supposed to work around with employee here. Got it here? So now today you need to practice it. If you don't practice it, okay, it's gonna be really difficult for you all in going ahead. Okay, so this is all about the session for today, guys. Okay, so what have we started with? We started the session with something called as Java libraries. Okay, so what are Java libraries here? Okay, as I told you here, last time I'm going to revise. You know why the hell am I revising it so many times here? I keep on repeating it here so that at least once it will go and it will go and store it in your head. Okay, it will go and store over here. That's the reason I'm revising it so many times here. Okay, so I mean, you listen it for so many times, no? So it will go and stick to your minds here. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, so concentrate. What are Java libraries? It is a collection of predefined packages. Okay, each package is a collection of classes and interfaces, and each class and interface is a collection of variables and methods here. Got it? So this Java libraries or all the predefined classes and interfaces is present in a zip file. What is that zip file called as src.zip? Or it might be present in a jar file, that is rt.jar. Okay, what are the most important packages we have? Java.lang, java.util, java.io. So a few classes and interfaces in those respective packages I have shown you. Okay, and apart from this, few more things I have done it over here. Okay, now what is the speciality about java.lang package? It is automatically imported in all classes. We need not explicitly import the java.lang package. It is automatically imported. Okay. An object is the supermost class. Why? Every class, predefined or user defined, it will mandatorily inherit the object class. Okay. And object classes had 11 methods here. So we have just spoken about one method, that is toString. What is the job of toString? It will give the string representation of an object. If I do not overwrite the default implementation, fully qualified class name at the rate hexadecimal value. If I overwrite whatever implementation I have provided, that will be the output. This is all about the entire data. So I have shown you a couple of things. How do we override toString here? Got the clarity? So this is all about the session for today.